Hey guys, STLYoungblood with you for another Star Citizen video, and this one is in regards to avoiding one of my least favorite things in the game, head-on collisions. Now, in multiplayer, they really do kind of drive me crazy, and even the AI in the drone simulation can be a bit aggressive and end up smashing right into your face. Now, basically, what actually happens in these situations is you go head-to-head against an enemy, and no one wants to pull out of that engagement first. And as a result, a lot of times you end up ramming head-on into each other. Both of you end up dying. Or even if you manage to kill that other enemy first, a lot of times that debris is going to continue on its momentum, crash into you, ending your life. Now, there's an opportunity where you could maybe be the first one to pull out of that engagement, but if you haven't killed your target yet, they have more time to actually land those shots on you. The other problem with that is, even if they don't kill you, they then have the ability to follow you, get on your tail, and potentially end your life that way. So, it's not an ideal setup. So, this video is specifically catering more towards those that are playing, maybe on a joystick or maybe on, a full HOTAS setup. But basically, the HOTAS is complicated because your hand is on the throttle, and in order to decouple and actually, move your ship around, you have to take your hand off the throttle, get it onto the WASD keys, as well as hitting the caps lock. And in the heat of battle, that's challenging. Now, voice attack, for those of you that don't know, is a voice recognition software that takes your voice and inputs it into key bindings. So as a result, I've now been able to use voice attack to program a maneuver that helps me pull off what I call my evade maneuver. Okay, so now that you guys know what this is all about, I want to go ahead and show you what I've done within the voice attack profile. And you can see here I've got my profile, my edits, and it's picking up my voice right now, so let's go ahead and mute that. Anyways, if we go in and take a look at this, I've added in the command called evade. Now, what evade is actually going to do is it's going to do this series of maneuvers. Basically, it's going to press caps lock for a second, thus decoupling your ship. Then all of a sudden you're in, kind of the free flight mode. So you push, it's all of a sudden then going to push D and hold that for half a second release, basically shooting you to the right just a little bit, followed by holding down the E key for a second and a half, which is going to shoot you vertically up for a little bit. And I know the term vertical is a little bit strange when we're talking about space flight, but it's going to move you up. And then all of a sudden it's going to press caps lock again, basically recoupling your ship. So that's going to be the gist of it. And then I threw in just a little, voice command at the end saying maneuver complete. The reason I like having that towards the end there is solely based on the fact that I then know when it's going to, when it's actually done, so I'm recoupled again without having to really pay attention to the indicator or not. So that's basically that. So I put that in there, and it works like a charm. Now, there are some things you probably want to take note of here, mainly that the timing of these key presses is what I've picked based on what works for me. You may want to kind of see if maybe you prefer some other combination, but the format is there for you to try and play around with. Now, some of you may just prefer to shoot sideways instead of up and sideways, but that's really going to be your prerogative. It's also worth noting that you need to get familiar with how quickly the move actually takes place, or slowly, because it does feel that way sometimes. So you know how quickly you need to tell your ship to execute the maneuver to ensure that you're not going to end up dying anyways. The last note to put out there is, just because the ship is being handled by the voice attack profile, you can still use your joystick to pitch up or down and face the enemy that just went flying past you. You're not totally just stuck waiting for this to complete. And there you have it. I'm going to go ahead and include a link in the description on this video to where you can actually go and download my profile if you choose to use it. I'll also try and update the profile periodically, and I'll either just make a new video or perhaps just post it on Twitter when a new profile is available. So if I am going to communicate through Twitter, feel free to follow me to ensure that you stay up to date, and I'm at STLYoungblood. So that's it for now. Stay tuned for a lot more, and I'll catch you guys all later. Take care.